site of Bridget Rome's, the furthest one near Seaton. Got a historic marker at the start, which is on the McAvoy's track, and it's about 50 metres in. And the site here, there's actually 2 chimneys at this site, either end. Also had a very big horse stable as well, which is just further down the track. Very hard to determine nowadays. Before the fires came and that, you could sort of pick it out. A lot of bottles and crockery, like many other sites. The sign's got a little bit of crease damage. We think it wasn't vandalism. It's probably most likely done, or almost certainly done, by the dangerous tree felling contractors. Yeah, just keep an eye on the sign, otherwise it's okay still. And just the usual little bit of clearing, and most welcome to clear the main site where the 2 chimneys are as well. It's actually fairly clear at the moment, so it's not too bad. The growth in this area is quite slow. Unknown shanty, another site that was recently found through my research. Not a lot is known about this. We know it only lasted about 12 months, so it's not very long. So anyway, we're building some steps at the start. They'll come up nicely at the bank, McAvoy's track. Historic marker, a little vegetation, but I see some gum trees starting to grow. That's a no-no, we'll get rid of them. So it's a short walking track. Vegetation's very sparse here, it's not much to worry about. These sort of low levels are alright. During the fires we did lose all our Reco 7 posts because there was a lot of vegetation and it just burnt very hot here. We replaced all those. We've got only one here, and the interp sign just over here.
Essentially just clear out this path that's already here.
Yeah, just clear it out.
Gardenia.
Yeah, give it a wide berth. Nothing, you don't have to do too much. And you've got the interp sign, which is the location. You know, I'm looking at these. I reckon they will go. Only little sticks.
Yep.
I think it's going to pose a problem when they do get really bushy. There's no substance in them anyway. They're going to die off. So, and yeah, it's not a lot of vegetation on the ground really, so it's not too bad.
So we have to take photos of all these signs, have we?
Right, this is site of Viewpoint Hotel. It's a double marker because one's going points you to the grave. Good clearing around this pole. Keep the bracken away from it. And just a wide burst around the interp sign. Now this is an interesting site. It really need to have a good look at it because there's some flagstone paving up there, and there's about 3 chimneys too, which we'll go to. Flagstone paving is actually the entrance to the door. And there's a hole, which might be where these, unfortunately, 2 trees have come down. I think it's just over here. There's a hole which would have been the cellar as well. So it was about 4 or 5 buildings in this spot here. It was quite busy, according to the map, and there's a bit of history on it too. So yeah, so we'll have a look at the chimney site. So. There's a cellar here. Yeah. Okay. One chimney. Now it's probably worth to clear a bit. You know, once you get on top of the project and looking for more stuff to do, it's good to clear this sort of site because you've got the one chimney there. And there's 2 more chimneys just further into there, which is all overgrown now after the fires. But it doesn't take much to clear it. And it won't grow back in a hurry once you clear it as well. I'll see if I can find the flagstone paving for you, which once you find it's quite easy. It might be back in here. It's a series of rocks, like a like a floor. So big. Okay, here's the paving down here. Would have been the entrance to the hotel. Chimney to my left. So enter through here to one of the entrances. It was a massive building in those days because it extends quite far back as well. So it would have housed a lot of people accommodation and the pub as well.
What'd you find, Mike, over there?
Yeah.
A chimney?
Good spot for a toilet.
No, it looks like a
Chimney, so we've got to clear that area as well.
And look at out there, you see Glen Lake, the Maggie. Beautiful.
looking through down towards Glen Maggie. You know?
Glen Maggie's over here.
This
Yeah.
way.
Okay, this is the Taylor's Grave, which is part of the Viewpoint Hotel, which is behind us. With the grave, just a nice clearing around it, and by all means, try not to move the rocks, leave them as they are, but probably a bit of spraying wouldn't hurt, rather than pulling out, and it's hard to get with the brush cutter sometimes with the rocks, so a bit of spraying wouldn't hurt, even inside it. Be able to brush cut a little bit and then spray the rest. So yeah. So we don't know a real lot about these people. We can't even find the death certificates yet, so we're still looking. So it's sort of a mystery.
So this one looks pretty easy.
Yeah, this one's easy. I wouldn't worry about the swamp grass here. A little bit around the historic site. Maybe get rid of some of those little green trees, whatever you call them.
Acacias.
Gets pretty wet here, but in summer it's all dry anyway. Yeah, really good clean around here because this burns quite hot when it does burn, so good clearing just around here is fine. Yeah, so it's fairly straightforward, this one.
Excellent.
The guy was like, have you considered these? I'm like, well, I've never heard of it. This is like about a year ago. Never heard of it. I'm like, oh, I thought something like another.
Thanks, guys.
I'll make it a bit wider to get there.
Okay, this is the side of Bob Shortham's. We're just installing some new steps now, where the historic marker is, and this is a walking track. Quite a wide berth in here. It's very thick growth around here. So the fire's going to be especially hot. So a nice wide track would be nice.
Yeah. See if we can get rid of some of the blackberry.
Yeah, so blackberries are normally just at the top. Nice berth around the Reco 7 sign. Get rid of some of these branches would be good. And then to the side itself. The signage. Got mostly bracken, a little bit of that grassy, sort of tangly sort of stuff. Now, it's a fairly large site. It actually goes a fair way back as well, so you can clear more of it. Somewhere amongst all this overgrowth is cast iron pot and crockery and a chimney. I think the chimney is behind us here somewhere. After the fires it was very clear, you can see it all. You can actually see parts of the wall as well. But, you know, you might want to clear a bit more than that and have a good exploration or explore around. Bottle dump at least 100 metres that way. And if you go downhill all the way down, there's crockery and glass all the way down as well. So, it's a recent discovery, wasn't known to many people this site until now. it took us a long time to find as well. And it's probably a good time to mention, when you do your sites and clean up, take a before and after photograph. Just one shot at each site, one before and one after is good enough for me. Usually where the interp signs are, so take a shot before and then one shot after. That's all it's required.
There you go, with a bullet driver.
What is that? An old pot.
Yeah, it looks like these are legs.
Yeah.
So you definitely be trying to clean most of it up.
Beautiful job. Moments later. Well done.
They just magically appeared.
Yep.
Oh God! No, I thought it said two-stroke. I was wondering what you were
Is it?
barking up the wrong tree. Or...
Oh yeah. Okay, this is an unknown shanty. On old big maps, you'd see it's probably called Cook's, which is incorrectly named. Cook's is actually Porter's, which Cook sold to Porter Hotel. So we're not sure of this hotel name, but we know it was here. So again, pretty easy. Historic marker, clean around it. All these little trees, get rid of. Just clean a nice burst, and a lot of these branches here, leave the tree's fine. Just cut back all these branches here, so the tree's got some sort of break around, the sign's got some sort of break around it. So, yep. Side of Murderers Hill, somewhere in this region, there's actually a grave from a guy who got murdered by 3 people for his gold. And this is the vicinity. So we're not sure. There is a place called Murderers Hill where they got a trig on top, but that's not actually the location. We think it's more this area here.
Yep.
Finding it like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
So I've got a locality sign here. It's nice clean around it, protect it. Got an interp sign and historic marker. It's not too bad. Doesn't need much clearing, I don't think. Just keep an eye on the gum trees growing. They don't overshadow the signs as well. They're very flammable in the fire. A little bit of a bend in the sign. That was someone backed into it accidentally. So, and we straightened it as much as we can. And it's not damaged or anything. You can see a crease in it. No big deal.
Yeah.
It's not worth changing it for $700. So,
Yeah.
so it's all good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But here you can see bits of stoves and might be bits of asbestos, the cement sheet, nothing dangerous about it at all. And all other bits from there, and old bricks as well. So,
handmaids and stuff like that.
not so much. I think it's 1930s, 1950s.
Machine pressed.
But pretty straightforward site. You've got the marker and you've got the Reco 7 post showing where the hut symbol is. Give it a bit of a clean.
Yeah.
And to clear up the walking track as well, so
Yep.
it's a short walk. So, looks like it gets a bit of traffic as well. Most sites do. You can go about this width as it is now. Go a little bit wider. Doesn't worry me.
Yep.
I don't want to go narrower than that. See, having that sort of width, you can see either side of the path, and easy walk. Go to the side. I don't want too many ferns encroaching too close. You can trim back them a bit without killing them. They grow back quickly anyway, the buggers. So, this sort of stuff can go near the post. Little stuff there. Once the canopy starts growing over, you get less vegetation underneath. So again, because of the fire acceleration.
Yep.
So give it a little bit of clean. Don't have to go too big. But you know, after you get to clean your site, you might want to go a little bit further and saying, oh, that's going to a little good, significant little spot, like a chimney or a stove, and it looks like a bit of a track going there, which goes to other little bits and pieces, old bricks and that.
Yeah.
By all means, do that. You know, if you got, you know, if you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm happy enough with what I've done here, I've got a little bit of time, I'll clear up a little bit more. So.
You know what made that track? Whole heap of Navron contestants looking for an interpretive sign.
Oh, is that what they were?
That's what we looked here for, bloody. We looked here for hours looking for this bloody interpretive sign,
How
not knowing.
convenient.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
That's all right.
Typical Rudy thing to do.
But you get a lot of people picking up old stuff and putting them near the signs.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing
Gives
wrong with
people
that.
an idea what was around.
Yeah. There's the old bricks there. It's got names on them. You can do research, Google them, see where they come from. It's all good fun. One thing we don't encourage is people taking stuff with them.
Naturally.
Leave it in there, but it's good to have them there and people can see what was here.
Yeah.
So, somewhere around here is the old stove, bits of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, explore. It's always good exploring. Yep. Yep.
There's a few bricks and stuff there.
Historic thing. No. He did say he used to work for Heritage Victoria back in the...
We've got a historic marker up there, just a little bit of clearing, not too bad. This is the one that we need to protect. All this bracken and grass needs to be really short and cleared quite well, because these signs are quite expensive to replace. Then we've got a walking track. Doesn't have to go too wide, but this is what we call a Reco 7 post. They're our markers, give that a bit of a clear around. They're not really expensive. Now I make my own. Instead of paying 150 bucks a post, I pay about 19. And the markers are about $10 each, so it's not a big asset to worry about. But a little bit of clearing around it. With the walking track, a little bit wider, especially in the summer season, so people can see if there's snakes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's always a good thing. So this site's quite interesting. So it's a short walk. A lot of these grasses you'd want to get rid of too, because the snakes tend to hide in them too. So give it it doesn't take much with a brush cutter anyway.
Yeah.
So
Another good tip.
A wide swing.
I think we'll allow a good couple of hours of this one.
Yeah.
First time.
This is a really good site. We're pretty much on top of a building here now, and it looks like most people are walking around this way. You might want to reroute it, I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know, probably this way is the best way. Go down to it. It's not the ideal way to walk on a site, but maybe this way, I don't know. You might have to clear this tree.
Yep.
Don't get people pulling out grass from the rock wall because it just dislodges everything.
Yep.
If you need to get rid of stuff that's growing, any weeds and that, it's good to spray it.
Yep.
Yeah. Site's not in bad condition. No need to cut the ferns.
All right.
I think that's all right.
Yeah, a bit of ambience.
Yeah, I think the ferns are right. So long as you've got clear around them, they're fine. Just a bit of this grass back tends to grow. Once you're on top of it, it takes a lot longer to grow back.
Yeah.
Because we've had wildfire, it's accelerated everything.
Yep.
So it needs a few cuts before you get on top of it.
Yep.
So the areas where it hasn't had fire, it's like a manicured lawn now. It just doesn't grow back quick. So
Yeah.
it's good. So yeah, you might want to get rid of those trees, chuck everything down the hill.
Yep.
That's part of a house site. When it's all cleared there, you actually can see it looks like there was a doorway there. It's got a curve in it where it might have been a door.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. This whole site had a lot of buildings. Well, it was a very popular stopping place. We think also the main building's on the original road, because this is not, the road where it is today is not the original road.
Right.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. The road, McAvoy's track now, wasn't the original, and we think one of the buildings was on the road in the middle as today.
Right.
Would have went around it, and I can show you when we go up there where the original road went.
Yep.
There's 2 burials here. One of them's the porter's child, and there's another burial of someone, one of the travellers who died here. We cannot find those graves. So it's either been bulldozed when they relined the road, or it's somewhere that, you know, maybe the loggers have disturbed and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's
okay.
unfortunate. There are graves where we've marked around hotel sites, and they were lucky they weren't destroyed at the time, but we don't know where these are, unfortunately. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So when we clear this the first time, we'll bring a couple of reasonable sized saws, get
Yeah.
rid of this timber here
Yep.
and this stuff.
Yeah, this is a time-consuming one, but it's not that bad.
Yep.
Yeah, not that bad at all. So, we almost lost it, the tree coming down.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not much you can do some of that. We've had a few trees hit some of our signs, but we can re-straighten them without any problems. So,
It's the wall that really is the problem. If the tree hits the wall.
yeah, that's right. There was other buildings around here too, but they're all covered by this grass. When the fires came through, you could see everything.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah. And behind you, there's a mine, and behind and below that mine, you can see the tramway, and it's got wheels and everything, and it goes to a battery site down there as well. When we're walking the old tramway, you can still see the tram lines and that stuff down to the battery.
Yep.
That was after the fires, you could see everything. Now it's just pushing through all this growth. It's tough work.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll put it back. Okay.
Okay, this is a side of bins. Not many trees to worry about, but a lot of this grass, which is
Yep.
highly flammable. And you need to go right down to ground level, treat it like a lawn, kind of right back, fair way around. This sign was burnt. You can see it's blistered underneath the last fires. We had to but I think the board was saved. It actually was saved, and I re-glued it. I'll have to get a new one, but we spray painted it all. It's like brand new again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was easy. There's a historic marker at the front too. It was recently knocked down deliberately by 4 drivers, and so was the Bins Road location sign, which is getting rebuilt by Deputy now. But we replaced the marker without any damage, a little bit of a twist in it, but not needed to replace it. So yeah, so just keep an eye on that. It's sort of a high area for dickheads who trash stuff and things like that. So. This is another new one I found in recent time. It took me a long time to find this one. The maps we were using weren't that clear. They were really old maps from the 1863 approximately. It was good when the fires came through. It gave me a good way of looking around, and we didn't find a lot, but we did start to find broken bottles and stuff like that. And then when we understood the old map a bit more and mapped it, it makes a lot of sense, and it was here as well. Looking at this site now, the fire came through, we'd probably lose this sign. There's way too much growth around it. That needs to be all cleared back. All this sort of stuff, cut all that back, all this stuff. Even some of these saplings, by all means get rid of them. Not that tree, these trees are fine, but just around it,
Yep.
give it a good protection from the fire. So, yep.
Easy.
Again, you've got a historic marker pole, as most sites have. About 98% of them have got a historic marker pole.
Yep.
Give it a good clean around as well.
What's this one labelled on the map?
Unknown shanty or shanty.
It is it?
Yeah. Hang on, no. Some of these aren't marked on the map.
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
but our new map will have them marked.
Okay. Talking about Fulton's.
Okay, there's two signs at the bottom of Army Track on Fulton's Creek. The first one, if you're coming off Binns Road, you get to the first sign. Just before the creek crossing of Fulton's Creek on your left, there'll be the Fulton's Creek Township sign.
Yep.
That tends to grow really quickly, that area, so give that a wide burst. There's no historic marker pole, just an interp sign where the township was, and right behind that sign you'll see a chimney. That's one of the buildings at Fulton's Creek, so give that a nice wide burst.
There's most of us. So do you know much about this?
Cross the creek, go up Army Track, you'll get to the hairpin turn, and you can't miss it. There's a mine entrance there with a sign right in front of the mine entrance.
Yeah, that's right.
Basically no vegetation there at all, just a white general check-up, see if it's okay. That's it, really.
That's where we can't stop for too long because there's nowhere to pull over, yeah?
You get about four vehicles there. So the hairpin turn's quite a wide
Yeah, that's
area.
right. Yep.
Yeah, but and it's a long climb back out up to Binns Road. So it's not a long distance, but it just takes time because it's quite steep.
Yeah.
There's no issue in the wet that area because it's all rock.
Yeah.
We've done it all ways in the wet, even with high pressure tyres. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about thinking, oh, it's going to be slippery or dangerous. No, it's really well maintained
Good tip.
and it's good rocky area, so you'll be fine there. Yep.
Sweet. So here's an obvious clearing job. Other than this tree, should be fairly simple to clear this one. When we do this one, you can just park on the bend as it bends around. And there we go, all cleared away. Alright, so this is inside the mine.
No, I'm not.
A few insects.
I'll do it, Lindsay. Whoa. There must be like the walls tomorrow.
Right, so it really opens up to a couple of different shafts. Shaft up there, another shaft down there. Yeah.
I wonder how many.
Coming up. So this is the one labelled shanty.
Maybe when the club comes up here, they could pick some of that up.
Alright.
Yeah, just bring a couple of bags and doesn't look good.
Yep.
But I'm sure plenty of utes in your club.
Yeah,
You carry a lot of stuff.
that's right.
This is one I found very recently, just before the launch of the project, I think 2 years ago. I spoke to a guy, historian, who remembers years ago he found there's a rumour of a hotel along here and he could see some broken glass and there's nothing on any map I could find. And I finally found the site and there's broken glass and crockery here. It'd make a lot of sense because just below here is a series of mines. We did a little bit of research and it's possibly, it could have been the place of a carpenter who also built houses here and there was accommodation, shanty. So we're not 100% sure, but where the research tells us it's near the mine here. So, but what we do know for sure, there was some sort of building here,
Yep.
which most likely be a hotel. With the passing traffic as well. Yeah.
So we're going to leave that stump there.
Yeah, leave the stump
Yep.
there. That must have been, that's been closed off by dangerous trees. This is all recent now.
Yeah, it looks
Maybe
pretty
dangerous
recent.
trees, people did it,
Yep.
which is good. So give this a nice burst around it. Now this stuff is really flammable, right? So that needs to be cut
Yeah.
well back because they'll just flare up very quickly. So we'll just give it a nice little burst around. 3 or 4 metres area, that'd be good.
Yep.
And again, don't forget the historic marker pole out there, which needs a good clean around as well.
Good.
What's this one? Looks like someone's already cleaned it. Shiny.
Yeah.
Maybe some campers looked at it, cleaned it, I don't know. This one's an easy site to clean, like, if I don't even need to do anything really.
There.
Just keep an eye when the grasses start to get higher. Brush cut them straight down, or snip them straight down.
Yep.
So basically this is a helipad now, but this used to be a shanty here, and if you walk around there you'll find heaps of broken glass and crockery. But an old map states that there's a track straight down here that goes back to the Wahala Road, the landing mine called Chinaman's Track. We don't know why it was called Chinaman's Track, so it had to have some sort of reason. But yeah, that goes straight down the road. From the road you actually go to the landings
Yeah.
line there as well. So yeah,
Chinaman's track's probably got gold at the end of it.
shit. Yeah,
Hidden somewhere.
yeah. Never ever camp here. It's really windy.
Oh, yeah,
Camp
okay.
once, it was really bad.
Good tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, someone's tried to straighten it and nearly pulled it off the face.
Who's going to stop you?
Yeah.
That?
The car's going to be slower.